A bit of punch here, bit of structure there. Yeah, she does handle pretty decently, to be honest. Good morning, welcome back to Peters Autovlog. In today's used car segment, we're going to get behind the wheel of this 2018 Volvo S60 T5 Inscription. Now, I've always been a big fan of the Volvo brand. This Swedish brand is known for their safety. They're pretty sophisticated cars. Always been a big fan ever since I was a kid, watching the British touring cars in their wagons racing against other European sports cars and sports sedans. Really always been a big fan of them. But before we go on, I want to give a big shout out to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this Volvo S60. Big thank you to my friend Tim, and I'm going to put all their information and a link to the website in the description below. So here we have this 2018 Volvo S60 T5 Inscription. Guys, I want to give you guys just a quick review, and we're going to go and take it for a test drive to see how this drives. Never really been behind the wheel of a Volvo, so I wanted to share my experience to see how this feels compared to that I've been driving pretty decently sports sedans. Now, of course, as you can see, this is a pretty compact sedan. It's about the size of a Honda Civic, a Toyota Corolla, so it's not a very big car, but I love the styling. Always though, this is about 14 years old, 15 years old in styling. You can see it's so pretty, looks good. We got the really nice Volvo design front grille. You can see the nice Volvo design right there, and the Volvo badge. You can see you got pretty decently front grille, bit of chrome right there, lights, and you get still halogen lights here on this one. This one that we have with us here is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder supercharged engine, producing about 240 horsepower. We'll look at it in just a few moments. But coming around, I like the design. It's pretty cool. It still looks modern to me. We have here some 18-inch wheels. This wrapped around. I'll test out some tires. You can see there, I'll put the name for you guys up on the screen. That's I just missed it. But in the back we do have Pirellis. These are 235mm tires all around. As you can see, we just got a single piston caliper, unlike the Polstar version of this car, so you can get with 4-piston Brembo calipers, 300 horsepower turbocharged four-wheel drive version of this car. That would be an awesome one to drive, but unfortunately this is just a regular version. But anything from dynamic to this description all the way up to the Polstar edition, which were the all-wheel drive, most highest performance versions of this Volvos. But in overall design, looks good. We got some aluminum trim, as you can see in the back. Love the lights, love the design of the lights here in the back. You see we got the Volvo badge, S60 T5 Inscription, dual exhaust tips in the back, a bit of a chrome here, as you can see on the bottom of the bumper. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back of this and open up the trunk. As you can see, we got about 12 cubic feet of space here in the back. We got some rubber floor mats. This console looked like Volvo, at least Volvo or factory floor mats. Not much else back here. As you can see, we do have a pass-through, and the seats do come down. And if we raise this up, we have we got no spare tire, but we got at least a tire inflator and something else back there, as you can see there. But that's pretty much it. Not bad at all for this Volvo sedan. Let's go ahead and bring this down. We do have a reverse camera, at least as you can see there. And this paint has a really nice metallic finish to it, as you can see there. Pretty nice to see. Now, if I didn't mention it, this one here is finished off in an Onyx black, which is a really nice color. Really nice metallic, as you saw, and of course we get a black leather interior. Let's go ahead and take a look at the power plant of this Volvo. Let's go ahead and raise our hood here. We got a little, and we have some hydraulic assistance. Thank you, Volvo, for including those. So here we have the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This is producing 240 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. This is going through a 8-speed automatic transmission, and this is going through the front wheels. As there was all-wheel drive available, but that was about a $2,000 option back then in 2018. But I would say pretty good power plant. I believe, of course, if you go to the Polestar, you get a bit of higher performance. It was our 5-cylinder engine turbocharged. I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen. I'm not too great with the Volvos yet, but as you can see, this engine is pretty clean. Obviously, there's for 73,000 miles, actually looks pretty. I know they clean them here sometimes, but it looks like it was well kept. In terms of fuel economy, you're looking at about 23 in the city and about 34 on the highway. If I missed this up, I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen. But overall, pretty reliable. Pretty, I would think it's a pretty good, efficient power plant with plenty of power. But there we go, guys. Here's a power plant of this Volvo S60. Go ahead and bring the hood down, and there we go. Taking a quick look at the interior of this Volvo, let's go ahead and open up the door. As you can see, it's pretty obviously this is a little higher up end cars. Inscriptions like the second from the bottom of the trim model. So you can see it's pretty nice the way this is. We got some nice black leather on the seats. It feels pretty soft still even until today. We got some aluminum trim, as you can see, surrounding that. Pretty little soft material here on where you rest your elbows. And we do have also a little shade here as well, which is pretty cool. I've never seen that design. That's actually a pretty cool design to cover that up, as you can see there. Now let's go ahead inside and take a quick look at the room. Yeah, here we are inside of the Volvo. As you can can see, pretty nice. Actually, it's pretty comfortable. Actually, it's got the seats actually a little bit further back, but I still got about an inch or so of space left here. I'm about 5'11", and as you can see, heading up to the top, we got a light gray headliner, but there's plenty of headroom. As you can see, we got a grab handle right there, we got a light here, and probably it's actually not bad. And here we go, we got a center armrest as well with a cup holders and a little bit of storage area, as you can see there, so that's pretty cool. I got my bag right here, but I like the way the leather feels really nice. As I mentioned, these seats do come down as well. We got a couple of pockets here in the back and just a 12-volt connection, and that's about it here, nothing else. Obviously, this is a sign is from, you know, the late 2010, so this is not equipped with all kinds of USB ports and anything like that, but actually it is pretty comfortable. And I see that we have the AC outlets or the AC vents right here, which is pretty nice, pretty cool detail. But there we go, guys, pretty nice interior to this. And here's we got the cockpit here. As you can see, we do have a sunroof on this one, but I like the design, and it does feel pretty comfortable in this S60. Let's go ahead, guys, and get to the front and headed to the driver's side of this S60. Go ahead and open up our door and check it out. As you can see, guys, pretty nice interior. It's kind of all black car, black Onyx paint, black leather seats, but it's actually, I like the way this is. I mean, I do love black cars. Got some aluminum accents right there. As you can see, we got a pretty nice, actually the way the door is actually also pretty quality or pretty premium materials. Really like the way it feels. We got controls for your windows and mirrors. Now coming here to the seats, as you can see, we got some really nice seats. I really love the way they look. Got pretty nice bolstering as well, and it's still pretty soft, and there's not a lot of wear. As you can see, they're done pretty well throughout the years, even with 73,000 miles. As you can see here, we got three-way memory for the seats, which is pretty interesting to have those here on the seat. So we got 8-way power seats. Here we have your manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel, which is also covered in leather with a bit of aluminum trim. As you can see there, we got the instrumentation. This is all a little bit soft to the touch. As you can see, there we have controls for your lights and a bit of all kinds of things. As you can see, we got your parking brake right there. But overall, pretty nice interior. I like this one here, as you can see. And let's go ahead and get inside. So here we are inside of this Volvo S60. As you can see, it is a little bit older. Of course, this is about a 15-year-old design at least, but the ergonomics are really nice, and the visibility is actually pretty nice, especially with the sunroof right here. As you can see, got, as I mentioned, the light headliner, got some holding there as well for you. We got your rear mirror and controls for your, obviously, your lights, and of course your sunroof right here. But let's go ahead, guys, before we go, let's go ahead and get this one started. I think I do have to get the key here. Try to see, I have the key here with me. As you can see, the key is pretty decent. We got two of those Volvo key. I think you have to insert it, I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and insert our key. Hit the start button here, which is, as you can see, is pretty warm. As you can see, that needs to be changed. But let's get this started, because obviously we need some nice AC, because it is pretty warm today here in Central Florida. And let's go this way. As you can see, the temperature says 100 Fahrenheit, so it is pretty warm here today. So now that we have the car on, we got some nice cooling AC. As you can see, it's pretty nice interior, even though this is pretty old, more than probably 15 years old since its design. It still works pretty good. It's got really nice locale. All the dash is low, got pretty good visibility. Even though the materials actually are pretty nice still. Really like the way this is. We got some aluminum trim, as you can see there. Your hazard button. We got kind of one central AC vent right here. As you can see, there kind of looks like a Cyclops, but it's not too bad. A couple of more AC vents right there. You got your glove box over here. You can see pretty good size room. Coming in here, we got your infotainment system. This is not a touchscreen, this is a 7-inch screen there, but you have to use all these little dials here to kind of operate the system. You can see that we got sunlight radio and all that stuff, and we do have a 8-speaker system. And we'll leave. Sounds pretty good. Actually, it's a pretty good sound system nonetheless. We do have navigation there as well. As you can see, there's equipped with navigation. So this radio does not have any type of Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. It's all basically just Bluetooth. And there is actually a auxiliary there if you want to connect that with you. There's a USB port right there as well. Pretty decent storage room right there, as you can see there. When it gets down, we can definitely close this up as well. But I got my phone here. It's not going to close. Cup holders, 12-volt connection right there, as you can see there. 8-speed automatic. Volume control right here. You can see there, and then we have control. Basically, you control the system. This is not a touchscreen, as I mentioned. This 7-inch screen is controlled by all the toggle switches right here. You can kind of zoom up or down. We got your radio, media, all kinds of things you can do here as well. So as you can see, it's pretty old school with all the buttons, and you control here your AC as well. We got controls here for your fan speed there, which I like. We got at least manual controls here, because obviously we do have a heated steering wheel. I don't see this heated seats. This might have heated seats, but I don't see them there. But as you can see, they're pretty nice. Coming here to the steering wheel, we got a nice leather covered steering wheel. As you can see, it's pretty nice and thick as well. Love the way it feels. We got cruise controls right there, and we have controls here for your radio. Here in your for your cluster instrumentation, we got basically a digital kind of tach. We have speedometer. Okay, 102 Fahrenheit, as you can see there. Pretty decently hot outside today here in Central Florida. Humidity is what kind of kills it. But as you can see, it's pretty decent instrumentation. We got, you know, all kinds of little fancy things. This is my first time inside a Volvo and behind the cockpit of one. And as you can see, it's pretty interesting to see how everything, how the Swedish do the instrumentation on the cluster. But overall, pretty nice over here. As I mentioned, we got controls here for your stalks and all your wipers and lights. And before we close the door, let's go ahead and see if we can hear this Volvo's 4-cylinder engine. Sounds pretty nice. Actually, it's pretty nice sounding motor. Let's go ahead and close the door. So now that we got the door closed, I did find the heated buttons right there for the front seats. As you can see, they're right there. Now, I did find the original sticker guys online for this car. This car was basically the inscription, which was just over, I think, about $40,000 for the original sticker on this car. I'm going to put that for you guys up on the screen. But this car right here is basically, you know, it's pretty medium loaded. It's one of the lower trims, but it actually is pretty nice. And it got a lot of things inside here. Bartow Ford is asking about $16,500 for this car. I'll put all those details for you guys at the screen for you guys, but it's not a bad price considering what it is. I don't know if that's high or low considering the market for this Volvos, but you know, I think for the car it's not bad. It's still pretty decent, good shape as you can see there. But right, guys, let's go ahead and head out for a test. Let's go ahead and put our HS speed in drive. Let's go ahead and check out. We do have a reverse camera there, as you can see there. We got some trajectory lines. Yes, we do. And they should have some sensors. Always on the sidewalk's a little bit low, but it looks like we do have some sensors. Oh, there we go. There's a sensor. So that's part of the safety technology. And I like the way that sounds. It sounds all over the speakers of the car, which sounds pretty cool. It sounds like it's basically like a stereo sounding beeps in the car, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead, guys. This is my first time driving a Volvo. I've never been behind the wheel of a Volvo. I brought the car here basically from about 50 feet. But let's see how this Volvo drives. I'm pretty curious. I've never been behind the wheel of one. I've never even been as a passenger in one. I've probably been in one in a car show a long time ago when they were at car shows, but that's no longer the case if I'm correct. But this thing feels really nice though. It still feels pretty solid, even though at those low speeds. You can tell the steering wheel's some pretty directness to it. Suspension, this seemed a little bit on the stiffer side, but a little more firm. The ergonomics are nice. You can see how really nice the way this feels. And let's go ahead and get a little bit. Now we got a turbocharger in 258, so we got some pretty good torque pushing us. Now this is front-wheel drive, and of course I'll be probably better to get this in all-wheel drive. Will be probably pretty good to have. But we're waiting for traffic. Pretty nice interior, as you can see. This is kind of old school, all the buttons there, but I like the physical buttons. Makes it easier once you find out where everything is. Kind of takes a little bit to adjust of all this, especially this Swedish car maker. Let's go ahead, guys, and go and give it a little bit of gas here. Now, obviously, I don't see any type of sport or different modes. So I guess if you step to the sport, might have a little bit more difference. Let's go ahead and leave it there. So if you hear a little bit of rattling, that's my plate in the back, which I have by the window. But so far it feels pretty good though, pretty silent, pretty quiet. Really no road noise from the tires, excuse me. There's no road noise at all. Very light wind noise. Wow, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting the way this feels. You know, as being behind the wheel for the first time of a Volvo, especially a mid-size sedan. Obviously, they have a lot of good motors. They have, the cross-country ones, the Polstar, which the Polestar thing went to all electric now, but Polestar used to be their high-performance division, like the M or like the AMG version of their cars. All-wheel drive, lots of horsepower, sport suspension. But man, the steering feels pretty direct. Not a ton of feedback. But it does go where you point it to, especially these 235mm tires. I think like a 55 in thickness. Now obviously we got some traffic in front. I can speed up a little bit. Let's go ahead and test the brakes a little bit. The brakes have a good feeling to them. There's a little bit of noise I hear somewhere. I don't know what that is. Maybe they'll see all the windows are up. So we got automatic front windows up and down. Yeah, I hear a noise somewhere. I don't know if it's the radio or not, but I hear like a little bit of whining sound. might be a bushing. So overall, guys, it does feel good. The car feels comfortable. It feels pretty nice with good power. It could be a tire that's making a sound, or it could be a bushing there as well, but I don't know, to be honest. Let's go ahead and see how this girl turns. Actually has some good torque. Yeah, she got some good power, decent good torque, as you can feel. And then we got some people here. No, but she's got some good amount of power. That's 258 pound-feet of torque. It's pretty down low in the torque curve, and does help you get out pretty good. I like this. I like the way it feels. Obviously, 73,381 miles. It might be in need of some shocks, possibly, maybe a bearing or something. I don't know. I'm not. To be honest, I do read a lot of the test drives and all that stuff from Road and Track Car and Driver, all that stuff, but I really haven't heard anything about Volvo in terms of reliability. I think they're pretty good. I mean, they're pretty safe cars, and they're pretty long lasting. I don't know about these new ones. These are still got to be pretty solid cars. I think so. And Volvo makes some great cars as well. I mean, in terms of some of their newer ones that they've had. I think this is a pretty solid car for $16,000. You want a little something different. This is a great little car. It's very comfortable. The seats, and we got no heat, no cool seats, but the leather seats are very comfortable. They're really snug. The ride is it's pretty nice. It does ride a little bit on the firmer side, but the suspension does still feel pretty good. I think this is probably sitting on original suspension. But wow, I'm pretty impressed with this Volvo. That's just kind of pretty decent. It does feel live. It doesn't feel like just a boring car. It does feel like this thing can scoot around a little bit in some curves. Obviously, it's probably meant to understeer, but this thing does feel pretty light on its feet, though. I think it's about 3,300 pounds, somewhere around there, if I'm correct. 3,400 pounds. Not a heavy car, but not a lot of power. But this thing in all-wheel drive with about 300 horsepower, so it must feel pretty fun, especially with a sports suspension. But overall, the ergonomics, the steering wheel feels great in your hands. Ergonomics are nice. Pretty full economy, about 20, a little bit over 30 in the highway. So here we get a bit of punch here. Bit of stork steer there. Yeah, she does handle pretty decently, to be honest. And now we're in sport, so it's holding gears a little bit here. And then it just shifted up. Yeah, I like this. This is actually a pretty decently fun car. More than I was expecting it to be honest. So let me know what you guys think of Volvo. If anybody owns a Volvo, let me know how it's been. This is my first time behind the wheel. I like the way this feels, even though this is an older, generation Volvo. But for 2018, it does feel pretty nice. Considering I love to drive the new ones. Obviously, the new ones must feel a little more sophisticated. This is still a little more higher in the car. You can tell the materials are really nice, the way everything is laid out in it is. But that car does feel, there's not a lot of rattles, except for my plate that's running around there. But this thing feels pretty solid, to be honest, more than I was expecting it to be. But let me know what you guys think. You hear there's the trunk signal sound, which sounds pretty nice and quiet. I'm gonna wait for some of this traffic here that we have. This road used to be nice and quiet. Now it's got a lot of traffic here. But in conclusion, for about 16.5, pretty solid car, to be honest with you. I like this car. Not a bad buy, to be honest. In terms of reliability, it's only got 73,000 miles. I'm thinking this thing with some good maintenance, this thing can go probably up to 150 pretty easily. No doubt about that. It's got pretty good fuel economy, and it's got good power. And this thing used to be around, $41,000, so you're getting a pretty good deal, about half price. I think this might be still a little higher price, to be honest, but I'll have to check to see what you guys let me know what the Volvo market is. Thank you guys if you made it all the way down to the video. Thank you very much for watching, and please like, subscribe, guys. Let me know what you think about this Volvo, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks so very much for watching, and have a great afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.